My name is Anna. I am 30 years old and I live in a small town called Maplewood. Growing up here, I always believed in a simple, storybook kind of love, the kind that leads to a small house and a quiet, happy life in a town just like this. I was always hoping to find that person, to build a future here. But as it turns out, life had other plans. 5 years ago, I thought my life was about to become the perfect picture. I was 25 then, working at a small bakery, and that's when I met a man named Mark. He was tall with kind eyes, and when he would come in every morning for coffee and a fresh roll, I truly believed he was the love of my life. We started talking, and soon we were together every day. I thought we had something that would last forever. We got married in the little church near the park. The whole town came to celebrate. Everyone said we were perfect for each other. Mark worked as a mechanic, and I kept my job at the bakery. Life was simple, but we were happy, or at least I thought we were. 2 years into our marriage, I found out I was pregnant. At first, I was scared. We didn't have much money, and the bakery didn't pay much. But Mark seemed happy. He said, "We will make it work, Anna. We will be fine." I believed him. During my pregnancy, I started to notice small changes in Mark. He came home later than before. Sometimes he would avoid my questions or seem distant. I told myself it was because he was tired from work. I told myself not to worry. One night, when I was 8 months pregnant, Mark came home and told me he was leaving. He said he was not ready to be a father. He said he wanted a different life. I remember standing there, feeling the air leave my lungs. I wanted to scream, but no sound came out. I just nodded and watched him pack his things. The next morning he was gone. No goodbye, no letter, just silence. After Mark left, I gave birth to my daughter, Lily. She was the most beautiful thing I had ever seen. Her little fingers wrapped around mine, and I knew I had to keep going. But life was hard. I had no family nearby. My parents had passed away years ago. I was alone with a newborn baby, no money, and no idea what to do. I went back to work at the bakery, but it was not easy. I woke up early to feed Lily, then rushed to the bakery, leaving her with a kind neighbor who agreed to watch her for a small payment. Sometimes I would cry in the back room while icing cakes because I was so tired. Customers would smile at me, but they didn't know the pain I carried. Some days I wanted to give up. Bills piled up, and there were nights I skipped dinner so Lily could have enough. I sold my wedding ring to pay for her doctor visits. Every time I thought about Mark, anger and sadness filled my heart. I could not understand how someone could walk away so easily. But every morning when Lily smiled at me, I found the strength to try again. One winter, the bakery owner told me she was going to retire and sell the shop. I panicked, Without the bakery, I had no income. That night, I sat in my tiny kitchen and thought about my life. I could let everything fall apart, or I could fight for a better future. I decided to fight. I went to the bank and asked for a small loan to buy the bakery. They refused at first, saying I had no credit history, but I did not give up. I went back with a plan. I showed them how I could grow the bakery, sell more cakes, and bring in customers. After weeks of meetings, they agreed. I took over the bakery, and slowly things started to change. I learned how to run the shop, how to keep accounts, and how to talk to customers. It was hard, but I started to feel proud of myself. I was building something for Lily and me. 2 years later, Lily was in preschool and the bakery was doing well. One morning, a man named James came in. He just moved to Maplewood to work as a teacher at the local school. He was gentle with a warm smile and he loved the chocolate rolls I baked. We started talking, just like I had once done with Mark, but this time I was careful. I told James about Lily, about my past, about my struggles. He didn't run away. Instead, he listened. He brought books for Lily and helped me fix things in the bakery. Months passed and James became part of our lives. One evening, while we were closing the bakery, he said, "Anna, you have built something beautiful. Not just this bakery, but a life. I would be honored to be part of it." I realized then that love could come again, but only after I learned to stand on my own. Mark's leaving had broken me, but it had also pushed me to grow. I was no longer the scared young woman who depended on someone else. I was Anna, a mother, a business owner, and someone who had found strength in her pain. And this time, I knew I would never lose myself again.